Well, it was a fun stream, guys. It really wasn't. Feels good to be back in the mornings.
Okay, bro. Well, yeah, you win.
So many outs. Holy smokes, $606 is our finish.
Steven Kingsman. So you're saying amateurs should 3-bet bigger? Yes. Not only amateurs, most pros 3-bet much bigger. And that's because that's game theory optimal. Okay? Game theory optimal, especially deeper stack, requires you to, make bigger 3-bets. Why don't I then? Well, because I have found, and I always do this. I'm not a sheep really. I don't just follow the trend of what every other pro does. I carve my own path, and I look for ways in which I can sort of exploit what I think are potential weaknesses. Now, ultimately, they could adjust and, that could turn around and no longer be. But it's been printing for me. I've been doing very, very well with it. Okay, gonna bet one chip. I've been doing incredibly well with sort of this approach that I've taken. Really well. It's really working. And how do I know? 30 years of experience in the trenches, seeing how the hands play out. 3 slices of pizza plus the oatmeal. Oh, he's raising me. Okay. So I'm under repped here. I'm not folding an ace, right? I'll definitely call. He could have 6 deuce. He could have some straight draws. He could have nothing. He could have 6 deuce. He could have ace 6, ace deuce, pocket deuces, pocket 6. He could have all those hands, but I have a much better hand than expected with the limp, right? I mean, limp, small c-bet, he raises. I'm going to bet this turn with a big... Well, if he overbets big, I would fold. Okay. All right. Let's see one more. 5, 6, 7, 8. Doesn't make it straight, does it? Now the tough decision comes. We still beat flush draws. We beat... Okay, I win. Yeah, I win. He was value betting a 6 king, which makes sense. His hand rates to be good. I like his bet on the turn. I like the way he's playing, actually. Good 3-bet for sure. But I'm going to like to just flat this one. Because of position, right? So if this comes from late position, we're going to 3-bet this a lot more. But early position, you give it a lot more credibility. And you're going to 3-bet against under the gun a lot less. Which kind of makes raising under the gun have some extra value in that regard in terms of equity realization. However, you're also under the gun. And there's like a whole bunch of people behind you. Okay, so we will call on this flop. And if he checks, I'm going to check it back. So a very small bet. He's going to bet most of his range here. I'm going to call and see how things develop on the turn. Now that's a 9. So he's got some concern about 8, 9, 9, 10, all that kind of stuff. I think I have the best hand a decent amount. Don't need to bluff. Question is, do I want to deny equity? No, I'm good. If he has king, queen, queen, jack, queen on the river could be nice. So that 4 just totally whiffs. I have the best hand. Now, that would be very, very thin to value bet. I'm targeting... Well, he could have ace-king, too. I'm just targeting, like, ace-jack, ace-10 type hands. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to check and take the money. Oh, maybe not. Shit, he hit the fucking 9. Okay, bro. Okay, bro. Well, yeah, you win. Good check. I would have called, maybe. Something. I don't know. Cool. So what did we lose? 4 bigs? Big deal. I'm playing pretty damn tight. I'm going to check this one over to the button. 10 is a lively card and some button flats. I have enough to continue with a check call. That's a good card for me on the turn. Now, very likely I have the best hand. Fabiano could check a 10. 7-8-6, 7-8-6 doesn't check a 10 very much. So the Fabiano leads here, which I think he will a decent amount. Yeah. He's going for big size. He can have a 10. He can have some draws too, though. And draws open up that I could have as well. He doesn't know what my hand is. It could be a 2 spades. So I have far too much hand to call. And I probably have to call a river bet, depending what comes. That's a nasty river. Because some of the bluffs that he might have is like Jack 9, Jack 8, 8, 9. Just got there. Right? So now we just have a bluff catcher, obviously. Hopefully he checks. I don't think he's going to, though. Wow. He bet 3? He's betting 14% pot. Blocker bet. We can easily have the best hand here, but I'm not going to do anything funky. I'm just going to call and see. Do you have a 10? Yeah. All right. Well, whatever. Good bet. He bet 3 bigs, He's actually, I'm kind of lucky that card came because if it was like a deuce on the river and he bets big, I might have had to pay that off. He just called. All right. That makes it easier. All right. Got a flat. I mean, unless he's trapping with aces, the flatter should be folding. Maybe he calls with like 8s or 9s. That'd be great. Happy BD, happy DB. Seems to have a decision. 5s, no, don't tell me I got cooler. Please just have ace king and let me win a flip. Okay, flip, big, key. It's a club, we lose. That's it. What do you want me to? Okay, good hand. Flip for 32 bigs. Would have been a big stack, average stack. Didn't do well in those. Some big fucking flips we lost today. Lots of equity, lots of stuff.
And it's certainly been painful today, but that's just how it works, man. It's always painful until it isn't. But we are on the bubble of the 109 Big Shot, one of the 8-8 poker flagship tournaments, and we are just barely the chip leader. I think I'm going to bet just because I think if I check, he can pick a big size in the end with an ace, and this can actually slow it down. So it's basically the same thing of calling a river bet. It's that I just think that I can bet this for value against flush draws and potentially even stuff like 4x might call one. And we just check it back. And okay, all right, would have lost that anyway. Good thing it wasn't an 8. 8 would have been sad. Oh. Interesting. It's just interesting he doesn't bet turn. I think usually people bet turn here. For him to not bet turn is just kind of throwing me off a bit. I guess he could have a 3 that doesn't bet turn, but once he gets here and I don't bet turn, he's going to bomb it a lot. And I don't have many hands better than this. All right, well, flush and a straight. Yeah, that makes sense. Sure. And wonder why the day isn't going well. Why not? On the plus side, I beat some traps now. Right? Kings, queens, aces. And we're not folding the sand. Very favorable run out for us. All right. Well, it was a fun stream, guys. It really wasn't.
Yes, it does start in an hour, so I'll be in there at some point. I'm just going to focus on this for a while. King 6 suited. Okay. I'm going to 3-bet. It's a little frisky. Little frisky of a 3-bet here. And we get a call. Flop is King 7-4. We check. We have a bad kicker king in a 3-bet pot. There's no folding happening here. But it's good to have some kings that want to check. And I also think like a decent amount of our 3-bets miss. So we're not going to bet like all of our range here on King 7-4. With 3,700, we start with a check call. Turn is a 4. Good day, sir. What's up, Nathan, on YouTube? Do you ever play on ACR, or is that a dumb question? I do. I'm a Party Poker Pro, so that's where I play most of my poker is on Party Poker. But I do have accounts on all the other poker sites I can play on, and ACR is one of those. So very occasionally, once a month or so, you'll see me in a tournament there. Something like that. I think check call here is the name of the game. Folding top pair at a 3-bet pot is not a good idea. Worst river would be like ace of hearts, probably. 3 is fine. Backdoor spades to get there, but again, I think we have a good hand to call down here with. Our hand looks pretty weak and we're near the top of our range. 3-betting and check calling on the flop. It's like, I don't know, maybe we could have aces sometimes, but it's just gonna be the King X suiteds are going to be the hands that we have here. Set of kings, super rare. And King Queen shows down, there we go. So we survive. But not good news because we're half stacked now in the 320. Do we just call and let them bluff, or do we just check raise? This is also what we want to do with like 7s, 8s, 9s kind of hands. And we're doing well against Ace King, or we were once upon a time. We're gonna have to re-enter there. Sad vibes, okay? Try again. Okay, nice. We have a jam here with 8-9 suited. We don't want to call. We probably will get one though with a bouncy on our head. 9-8 against 3s. Pretty good outs here. 6-8 or 9 or diamond or 7 or 5. Oh my god. So many outs. Holy smokes. $606 is our finish.
I think in chips here we start to fold, but I think covering Darwin in a bounty, I have to call. This is something I should look at because I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think covering in a bounty is too hard to fold. Especially if you're going to flop a set against one of the greatest poker players who has ever lived. Once we call the turn, we're going to have a very, very strong range. This is a nice milker from him against like pocket 7s, pocket 8s, pocket 9s. Queen Jack suited, but bad news for Darwin is, well, I mean, I say bad news for Darwin. He could have aces or tens. When he shoves, it does become quite scary. I mean, I'm obviously not folding a set, but I would bluff here. Pure with 8s or 9s if I called a turn. Like, I'd probably do fold a turn mostly with them. So, like, I'd have to get very creative with a bluff here. It's going to be tough, but with the Benny, like, we're just going to be all in, and Darwin can deal with wondering whether I have enough bluffs or not, you know? Like, it's very, very tough for me to have enough bluffs when I call on that turn, you know? But Darwin believes I do, and I will take that. A little thin finger wag for the boys. Lucky boy. 10-4 deuce is far from a terrible flop. I think I check, though. And we are going to check again. I will be clicking call. Kind of interesting if they bet twice. Not so interesting now. We obviously don't. Well, it is interesting because now it's like, do we ever want to check raise? I think I probably just have pocket sevens too much, and overbet is so crazy, man. Like, I mean, I'm obviously calling, but like, oh, I'm obviously calling. They just don't have a lot of flushes. I feel like they're just gonna have the 7 of hearts and the 7 of clubs. They do have a flush. It's hard to fold, man. Very first hand, we have 10s. The last time I played Maniac 2000 during a final table, I bust very first hand. Surely that wouldn't happen again, right, guys? Guys, that wouldn't happen again, right? That would not happen 2 final tables in a row. No way. No way. Surely not. Surely not. Surely not.
Doing the dirty work with my third. Oh my god, we're setting up for the jam. Don't know if I can jam for value, man. Not trying to get him off better either, so. I don't think he calls for an 8 if I jam. It's probably gonna be a limp pair, isn't it? Or is he just gonna make it big again? Oh, Minter. Come on, get flop for the Wizzy. I've got a gut shot, but that's it. Still calling gut shot back to flush shot here. 6. Oh my god, look at the nuts. And the flush draw to the nut. Oh my god, where was he calling? Club. Oh, baby! That's insane. That is insane. What a river. Yikes, accident. Snap call off there. Let's hold. That's a good flop. There we go, boys and girls. There we go. Get a little Fintan finger out there. Bounceable of 44 champ, eh? Yep. Feels good to be back in the mornings. Feels good to be back in the mornings. Victory Royale.